Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Now, most of you know I've lost over 100 pounds. I've been maintaining my weight for over 15 years. But today we're not going to be talking about me. I wanted to talk to you about my daughter and her almost 40-pound weight loss. I know, I am so proud of her. And I want to just talk to you guys a little bit about what she did and kind of go back in time to kind of explain a little bit about how I think we got to the point where she was, really overweight. Now, before we get started, I do want to thank Element for sponsoring this part of the video. You guys know I drink Element almost every single day. I used to love their chili mango. Now I'm kind of on a watermelon kick. If you like Jolly Ranchers, that's kind of like the vibe. But I love it because I'm able to drink more water and I get the electrolytes and minerals that my body actually needs throughout the day. And they have the perfect ratio that our body needs. It's 1,000 milligrams of sodium, 200 milligrams of potassium, and 60 milligrams of magnesium. So it's perfect for overall hydration and also for hormonal regulation that a lot of us don't know. So if you want to try all 8 of their flavors, they do have a sample pack where you can try all 8 of their flavors with any purchase. So I'm going to leave a link in the description below, or you can type in drinklmnt.com/low carb love. All right, guys. So Nati is my daughter. She is 14 now. She's lost almost 40 pounds. So she's lost about 38 pounds right now. And she did it, and I'll like explain what she's done. We actually created a meal plan, so she helped me a lot with it. We both pretty much did what we call going back to basics. And so anyway, the meal plan will be linked in the description below as well. But I kind of want to talk to you about when she was a lot younger and how we even got to that place where she was like really, she was a pretty big girl for her age. She's always been bigger. When she was born, she was so skinny, and then very, very quickly she gained weight, was a really chunky baby. And I just thought like, oh my gosh, she's literally gaining like a pound a week, which if you have kids, that's a lot. And so I would ask the doctor, like, is her weight okay? Like, for the most part, we eat really healthy at home. I mean, yeah, we eat out, but nowhere nearly as much as I see other families eating out. Okay, no, she's fine, So as she started, I think when she got closer to like 8, 9, 10, I started seeing her, like it just wasn't getting any better. And so I just saw her getting like bigger and bigger. And I just thought like I started really stressing out about it because again, like I always worried about her ever getting as big as I was because I know everything that I went through to lose the weight, and I just never wanted her to go through that. So I started asking like, do you want to play another sport? Do you want to go to the gym with me? Do you want to, and the bad part was that I share custody with her dad. She would go to his house every other weekend. And so while she was at home, she ate pretty, we eat pretty healthy at the house. But then she'd go to her dad's house and OMG, I'd see everything that they were having. And I was just like, oh my gosh, like this man is literally not working with me. And I talked to him and he's just like, leave me alone. And so it's one of those things where it was like really difficult for me because her dad had, he had his idea of what he wanted to do when he was with her. And then I'm like, yes, but you have to understand she's a kid. Anyway, so long story short, I think when she was 12, she literally just gained like it seemed like she gained like 50 pounds. Like it was crazy. And so then here she is at 13. And so now at 13 years old, I'm just like, okay, I have to like, what are we going to do here? Like what is actually like, I thought like, I started just like so much started going through my head. But I, of course, did not want to say anything. I did not want to talk to her about I will make a separate video of like conversations that I had with her and what I think like these are just like hard conversations for parents to have with children because I feel like weight is such a sensitive topic. But long story short is I didn't want to add any pressure to her. I didn't want to make her feel a certain type of way. And so I literally just thought to myself and I prayed and I thought like, I am her example. I truly believe that she is going to get it. Like, I just hope that like as she got older, she was just going to see me as like her mother. And no matter what we want to think, like our parents are our role models. And so I was just hoping that she was just going to get it one day. And long story short, when she was probably, it was early last year, one day she just comes to my room and she's like, Mommy, I really want to lose weight. And I was like, okay, sit down, baby. Like, let's talk about it. I said, what's going on? You know? And so she, I was like, is something going on at school? Like, you know what I mean? Because obviously I want to make sure that she's okay, like mentally, like, you know? And then she's like, yeah, no, everything's fine at school. She said, I don't know if she said like, I don't want to gain any more weight, or like, I don't want to be big anymore, or something like that. She said something along those lines. And I said, okay. I'm like, what do you want to do? You know, because of course, like I've learned over all these years, I've read a lot, and I want it to come from her. You know, I don't want it to be something where like, well, you pushed me and you did this and I'm so unhappy about it. You know what I mean? So anyway, I wanted her to tell me, like, I'm like, okay, baby, what are you envisioning? Like, I'm here for you. Like, what do you want? And so anyway, she said, I want to try carnivore. And I was like, okay. I'm like, do you know what carnivore is? And she says like, yeah, just eating meat. And I asked her, I was like, is that all you want to eat? You just want to eat meat? And she's like, yeah, that's it, with like fruit and, you know, what'd she say? Like with fruit and yogurt. And I was like, okay. I'm like, so you want to do, and I kept telling her like, okay, and what else, you know? And so she's like, well, I love my veggies and, you know, this and that. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, so you want to do more of like a whole food diet? And I explained to her, I said, because at the end of the day, these are just labels, Nati. I'm like, you know? And so she's like, yeah, well, that's what I want to do. I said, okay, let's do it. So this was at the beginning of last year, and my baby girl, I'm literally like, I'm so proud of her. She stopped eating out. She started cooking all of her food at home, and she would tell me exactly what she felt like having. And I would do these I still do them now today. Like I literally just picked up all her stuff from Costco. If you guys want me to do a little haul on that, like just like her little haul, I would be more than happy to do it. Actually, I'm going to talk to her about it. She can come and talk to you guys and really just kind of, you guys can get like a little deep dive into her mentality and how she did it. As you know, this is a 13-year-old girl, and I feel like she's so inspirational because she's 13. She did it without starving herself. She did it without like, you know, having a crazy eating disorder. But it took her, I would say it's been about 8 months. She's lost about 38 pounds by eliminating processed junk and literally sticking to whole foods. Guys, her plates are this big. She eats a steak, probably like a steak this big, not too thick. We don't even measure. She literally doesn't count calories. She doesn't count anything. Like she eats. Sometimes she finishes her steak. Sometimes she doesn't. She'll have onions. She loves grilled onions. She'll have like a bunch of onions. She loves avocado, so she'll make like palta. She's half Chilean, so she does a like what we would consider guacamole. She'll do that, and when she's done, she'll literally, sometimes right after, or like a little, maybe like an hour or two after, she'll go and make herself a parfait. And if she gets hungry later in the evening, she'll make more meat. She'll have like ground beef, or she'll have like eggs, or but like, I wanted to talk to you guys about this because I think it's so interesting how we try to complicate it so much. We think like we have to do these crazy diets, and we have to do like maybe we just have to be at the gym 24/7, and we need to be eating this much food, and we need to eliminate, you know what I mean, like all of our favorite foods. And I think she's just such a great example on how to achieve your goals without a huge amount of sacrifice, you know, because she enjoys her meals. I'm talking about, anyone who sees her eat is like, oh my gosh, Nati, that looks so good. Like that's how I started making my food on like charcuterie boards, because it just looks so delicious, you know? And so, you know, when I started seeing her, and I started seeing her drop little by little, and I was just like, I started thinking to myself, you know, of course I'd congratulate her and, oh my God, mama, like you know, like I could see it, it's working. She started getting so excited, like we all would, right? Like, oh my God, mom, look, like my jeans are starting to fit me big. Like, oh my gosh, mom, these jeans didn't zip up last month. Mom, look at these jeans now. Like over time, not all in one day. I'm just saying, like, these were all, you know, things that, like, milestones that she was reaching. And yeah, so it just made her more, you know, these things just made her more and more motivated to keep going. And it was actually her third time trying, because other times she had tried, but she had tried to not eat so much. It was more of like, let's eat less, right? Let's eat less and kind of work out more. That doesn't work. Your body goes into like a flight or fight mode, and your cortisol levels go through the roof. Your body's under stress. Your body, when your cortisol levels are high, you're never going to lose weight. What ends up happening is you just hold on to more fat. So that's why it doesn't work. Like, people don't understand, like, why I'm basically starving myself. Why isn't it working? Well, that's why it's not working, because you're starving yourself. And I've had to learn that the hard way. Trust me. That's why I tell you, like, I am so proud of her, because everything that I'm telling you that, like, people do, I have done. And it's because I didn't know, you know, I was a kid. I didn't have the resources that are out there for us now, right? We didn't have YouTube. We didn't have Instagram. We didn't have any of this stuff. Like, I relied on magazines. I relied on the doctor that told me I should weigh 150 pounds at literally almost 6 feet tall. Like, no, she just took, you know, she took the resources around her and really just put them to good use. And honestly, I am so happy. I'm just so proud of her. And that's, you know, I wanted to come on here and talk to you guys because I haven't even shared this on Instagram. And, you know, if you guys don't follow me on Instagram, follow me there, because I share a lot of my everyday life there. I do just a lot of the foods that I eat, and just share kind of like a glimpse into really like my day. You know, I wanted to talk about it because she's obviously my daughter, and I always got a lot of questions, or comments, not even questions, well, both actually. Comments for concern, questions. I got criticized a lot because they're like, wait, like, how are you thin? How are you in shape and your daughter's overweight? Like, how much sense does that make? You know, and that's a topic for another video, but I do want to talk about that with you guys. But, you know, I obviously don't want just to ramble on about this. So that is the story on my daughter losing almost 40 pounds. I know I'm really bad at that, probably, like, you know, kind of skipping all over the place. But at the end of the day, I think I got my point across. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Let me know if you guys want me to bring Nati on and kind of just ask her some questions. Maybe you guys could leave me some questions in the comments below that you'd want me to ask her, so that way, you know, I could answer them in the next video. But if you guys like this video, show me some love. Go hit that like button and share my channel. Remember, I do have a meal plan that is a meal guide. Literally, like, I'm holding you by the hand and telling you exactly what we've done to lose the weight. So that is linked in the description below. But thank you so much for being here. I love you, and I will see you on my next video. Mwah.